What is your American dream?
American dreams. Buy a house. I think that's it. Just buy a house.
I have American dream about my child and everybody's child. They got the better education, better environment. We want to live peacefully in America, whatever we are now. We don't want any difference between each other.
American dream is just to be happy and have money for my family and for my friends.
My American dream is to be happy.
American dream? I don't know. No war. Peace.
I guess my American dream would be that we could all celebrate our individuality, our cultures and everything, but also be more united, more connected as a whole, instead of having all these differences that, corrode us. And yeah, that would be my dream.
I dream of a world where everybody recognizes that we can be whoever we want to be, and I feel like that's the great thing about America.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Groundhog Sam! Wow, it's such a beautiful day out today. It's been a while since I've been outside visiting my squirrel friends. I'm so busy inside working all the time. What is that I hear? What and who is that? The music is beautiful. Who is that man? He's playing the violin right outside our office. What a treat. I'm a little musical myself. Let's go see. Maybe he'll want to jam with me. I gotta run inside. I'm gonna get my tambourine. Let's go get it. Sir, your music is divine. Would you mind if I join you?
Well, yeah, sure.
Oh, awesome. Okay, here we go. Woohoo! Yeah, this is awesome! Woohoo! Oh my gosh, this is way better than our band upstairs! What's your name? My name is Groundhog Sam.
My name's Pharaoh. Nice to meet you.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Pharaoh. You have made my whole day with your wonderful music. Thank you so much for letting me join you.
Absolutely. That was wonderful.
Are you here in New York all the time?
I actually live in Baltimore. I'm just in New York to record an album.
Oh, how wonderful. Do you have a name? What's the name of your band, Pharaoh?
Well, I do my own thing as Brian Pharaoh.
Pharaoh?
And then I have a band called Gangsta Grass that I play in, and we tour around the country.
That's awesome! Hey, maybe we could jam a little more, and then maybe I could come on a tour with you sometime.
Actually, I'll be in the Yukon territory for a bit, and then I have a talk in Philly on September 13th. You should come.
Oh, I love Philadelphia. My friend Lucky lives down there too, and I'm from there, originally Punxsutawney.
Okay, we should have a good old time then.
Hey, Pharaoh, did you miss yesterday's episode of Brad Show Live?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, well, no problem. Brad spoke to Roxanne White. She is a Native American activist who grew up on the Yakima Reservation, and she works for the rights of all indigenous people in the United States, particularly women. She is amazing, Pharaoh.
She sounds wonderful.
She's amazing. Just like you. So, Pharaoh, I think this whole Gangsta Grass thing sounds very, very interesting, and I'm going to talk to the team about having you on the show.
I think that would be absolutely amazing.
You would like that? Okay, good. Okay, that's a deal. So let me just introduce the show, and then we're going to jam out.
All right.
And now, Brad Squad, is the time you have all been waiting for. It's time for Brad Show Live, starring Brad Bernstein with co-host Belgium Kim and Yonathan Elias. Enjoy! Okay, Pharaoh, let's hit it.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's Hump Day, Wednesday, August 21st, and I am joined, as usual, by Belgium Kim and Yonathan Elias.
What's up?
Hey.
Do you know what's going on Hump Day today?
Humping?
Maybe
that-
somebody's going to be humping.
That is, I mean, that's what I
That's
thought
what you
Hump
usually
Day.
do.
I thought
That's
that was
right.
the whole
Hump Day.
Hump
Right?
Day theme.
Yeah.
point.
It's
Right?
like revolves around humping.
What were you gonna say?
I'm going to answer immigration questions.
Oh, right.
On Hump Day, we answer immigration questions.
do that. We
Right,
do that.
We also do some Hump Day news.
Yes.
Yes.
Just get everybody a little frisky.
Right.
For when their boo comes home.
That's a thing. Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
To be frisky when the boo comes home?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're Bradshaw Live warming you up for when Boo comes home. That's a thing.
That's our Wednesday what is it, logo? or whatever?
the Hump Day tagline.
The Hump Day tagline.
Yeah.
Yes. Yonathan Elias.
Yes.
How do you feel after Hump Day, by the way? Do you feel like you want to go home to your boo or you want to go out?
I mean, it depends on what we're talking about. Sometimes it gets me a little hot and steamy, and
Really?
sometimes it turns me off.
Aha! It depends. Like when Belgium Kim's not here and we get like
Turns me
7 penis stories in a row.
Turns me
That's true.
pretty
Yes.
off.
Listen, I'm going on vacation pretty soon, and I've got literally just all the penis stories saved for next week.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. You know, well, I have to say, I don't know if everybody knows this, but the curator
Yeah.
of all the Hump Day news
Yeah.
is none other than Belgium Kim, right?
Yeah, Jilly Bean and Belgium Kim are definitely the Hump Day curators.
Yes. So you know I don't know what's in this pile.
Yes.
Right?
But you never know what's
I
in
never
that
know
pile.
what's in the
Yep.
pile, right.
But we know what's in the Hump Day pile.
Meanwhile, by the way, don't look.
Okay.
Okay, Ja Love, Facebook or YouTube?
Oh, she's on both today.
You say both.
You say double fisting.
Yeah, and I
You say
have not
double
looked.
fisting.
I say Facebook.
Well, I already looked.
Oh, sir.
Double fisting.
Sir.
Double
She is
fisting.
double fisting.
I got it then.
Wow.
She is double fisting,
So
Ja Love.
what was the thing that I won?
I don't know.
Was that a thing that
Was
we
that we
A
didn't
raise.
say we were gonna?
That's what
we
he
didn't
said.
say
A
no.
raise,
It's
right?
a raise.
raise? Yes.
Yeah.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
We came as a unit. Yay, us unit. Yay.
but I didn't say when.
2025.
So we gotta say hi to Ja Love, Carol Anderson, the Tiger, Lisa Bling Rose, Molly Lobin, Martin. Who else we got here? Dion Rod. Who's Dion Rod? No. Dion Reed.
Dion Reed.
I can't even read anymore.
This makes more sense.
Yes, I went by so fast. I'm like, Dion Rod. I don't know a Dion Rod.
That's a whole different
That's a
human.
different human being.
Right.
Molly Lobin Martin saying hello. Dion Watson, I said already. Who else we have here? Suzanne Johnson. She says she's an early arrival today. She says, I'm present. Squat up, everybody.
I like it.
I like it. I like she gave all the relevant information.
Yes.
Okay, because we wouldn't know she was present.
No, we wouldn't.
Unless she actually said it.
Present.
Right?
Right.
And then of course, squatting up everybody.
So we know that she's a real
That,
brat
right,
squatter.
we've actually made it a verb now.
Right.
Squatting up. Right? You're squatting up everybody.
up everybody.
You're squatting up
Squatting
everybody.
up everybody.
Lynn Brad, how are you? First Lady Hewitt, Ma Dukes, Jennifer Fernandez, Lisa Bling Rose never misses a show these days. Lisa Bling is there every day now.
Every day.
Ali Boo, Julian, CC Mitchell. Who else we got? Sophia Gray is watching. She hasn't said anything, I don't see. Karen Rowe, Jacobs Ashikin.
Ooh.
Is that somebody new? Jacobs Hasekin? Asikin. Asikin.
I think that's someone
I
new.
feel like
huh?
that-
Well,
is a
everybody,
new human.
welcome Jacob Sasikin.
Yeah.
She says, I see you, JB.
Welcome.
I don't know who JB is. And Cordella Douglas saying hello to everybody. But moi.
What?
I don't know.
Cordella.
Cordella, come on. Max
What you do to Cordella?
What?
Yeah.
What you do to Cordella?
I don't know.
Wrong.
I don't know. I did her wrong, maybe.
Maybe you did.
Maybe. Max Santos, Talise Carter on YouTube, Jessica Leamy Joelle. She's just being a solo on YouTube today. Jessica Leamy.
I like it.
Tracy
I like it. Way to hold
Lacey,
down the fort.
Tracy Lacey, Melissa Robinson, Lukeman Barua saying hello. Josh Jade with a question. We'll get to that in a little bit. And Vincent Atkinson. And of course, I believe Jordana S. is our intern who said something
Hey.
and then took it back.
Took it back.
And
Took it back.
back.
And then she took it back.
You gotta commit.
That's right. Oh, we forgot almost something.
Almost.
The Brad Squad member of the day is none other than The Brad Squad spotlight is me.
What?
I am in the Brad Squad spotlight today. There I am in Italy, touring in Venice. I said I'm a member of the Brad Squad. Why can't I also be?
I agree.
There I am making pasta.
Yep.
Because I guess I'm overweight and like to eat pasta.
I think that's because you're a great cook.
I am
and
a great
chef,
cook.
Brad.
Yes, there I am. That's me. And this is all from the same vacation. That's me in Sicily.
I can't imagine
in my
why, Brad.
in my white pants. And people say, tell us about Brad. Well, Brad went to Brooklyn Law School. He went to undergraduate University of Michigan. He has 2 children. His children never watched the show.
Right.
He's asked them many times. There
Right.
they are. They never watched the show ever.
And do you know that because one of them's calling you right now?
Exactly.
100%.
But they still love him, but never watched the show. There he is, also in Italy with his 2 children. He's been a lawyer for the last 23 years, helping as many people as he can. And he is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful member of the Brad Squad.
Yes.
In fact, he's such a wonderful member of the Brad Squad, they named the squad after him.
Wow.
There you go.
And there you are, our Brad Squad member.
And can we rifle through those pictures for
let's
that
rifle-
stud muffin
Yeah,
real
let's
quick
see. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see if this guy's handsome or not.
Let's just.
Let's see.
Oh, what a
Absolutely.
family man he is.
There he
Look
is.
at
Yes,
him.
that was in Amsterdam, and that was in Sardinia.
Oh.
That's Florence, making pasta in Florence,
And he cooks.
and that's Venice, and that's Sicily. I made it all over.
Love it.
Italy.
Watch out,
All
ladies.
over Italy.
Love it.
It
Yes.
is hump day, y'all.
All right, and before we get into our schmooze and our hump day news, Belgium, Kim, Yonathan, Yo-Yo Elias, why don't you tell everybody what they need to do?
Yes, absolutely. First off, we need everybody on Facebook and on YouTube to join the Brad Squad group on Facebook. So this is not where you're watching the show. This is not what you're used to. This is an actual group that is dedicated just for the Brad Squad, where we give you the opportunity to get the first 5 social media questions answered. So we don't get through all of our social media questions. So make sure that you guys join the group so you guys can get in that list of the first 5 people that get their social media questions answered. And of course, we also put a lot of different content on there that you won't see on our YouTube page or our other Facebook page. So make sure you join right now. We'll put the link in the comments right now, and we'll actually accept it as we're watching this right now, okay? Now for Facebook, we definitely need you guys to share. That's like the #1 thing we need you guys to do. You know how to share. Just click on the little arrow that says share and share it to anybody's page. Share it to the groups. A lot of international groups out there. Any groups that you might think might benefit from this, though it doesn't even have to have anything to do with immigration, but if there's people that show culture and show that they're from all over the world, you know that they're going to need some help. You know that they're going to know someone who needs some help. So just throw it in the group. Try and find new groups, because if you share it to the same groups, kind of defeats the purpose, because they're going to already know about it. So try and find new groups that you think might benefit from this show. Also, of course, we definitely want you guys to please comment in the section. Put all of your social media questions in right now, because like I said, we don't get through all of them. And if you put it in right now, I'm pretty sure we'll get to them at least the first half of the show. Anybody who puts in their questions right now. And of course, we definitely want you guys to talk to us. Let us know what you're feeling about our schmooze. Let us know what you're feeling about our hump day news. And of course, all the stories that come on. Now, Kimmy, what are we going to do on YouTube?
Now, the first thing that we're going to do is shout out Vincent Atkinson and Shelly Smalls, who 1 and 2 minutes ago sent us requests to join the Brad Squad.
Hey,
And I just
By the way, I have a shout out to Jacob's Sheekin. And Jacob's Sheekin is really Nikisha Jacobs. She just spelled her name backwards. I was like, I'm going to tell you something. It was very hard to figure out who this person was.
that was going to trouble you.
It was troubling me the whole show.
I saw it in your face.
Yes.
And the very first thing that we need you guys to do on Facebook, you guys, please, YouTubers, click that subscribe button for us, and make sure that you click that little bell to make sure that you get the notification every single time we go live. Also, make sure that you are giving us all of your thoughts and feelings in those comments, because like Jonathan said, we ask those questions first come, first serve.
I also have an update on Jessica Leamy.
An update.
She has an update. She's now double fisting. Jessica Leamy's double fisting on YouTube and Facebook.
I Love it.
All right.
Thank you so much, Jessica Leamy.
Yes.
That's probably because someone hit that share button, Brad.
Correct.
Go.
And I would like for you guys to keep doing it. Hit copy link, paste it into as many text messages and DMs and whatever other way that you talk to all of your people as possible, and let them know where they can get their questions asked and answered right now, family. And now it's the time you've all been waiting for. Make it happen right now in our schmoozing with Brad.
Now, before I get into schmoozing, one last thing I noticed on Facebook. I don't know how Wet Sugar decided to come and join us on Wednesday's Hump Day.
Oh, man.
But she's got a randy name, right?
Yes,
Very
she does.
randy.
We love that.
Well,
Wet Sugar.
and now it's
Joining us
also,
for Wednesday Hump Day.
I don't know why wet sugar is dirty though,
It
but
just
it does.
sounds, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Does it? Look at even Yonathan's eyes are start smiling, right?
Kind of
Yeah.
raunchy.
Right?
Now, do you know, Yonathan, back from the radio days when Wet Sugar used to watch, it was our code word when we would go, like, the show would go completely off track.
Absolutely.
And then
I've
everyone-
used it a couple
right, and everyone's like,
times.
Wet Sugar, come back, come back, come back,
I've
come back.
used it
Answer
a
the
couple
immigration
times.
questions. All right, so meanwhile, Donald Trump, another day, another rule that's going to harm immigrants. Now he has made a new regulation. Department of Homeland Security has made a new regulation. It is published in the Federal Register that is going to eliminate what is called the Flores Agreement. Okay. Now, if you remember back about a year ago or 6 months ago, they were separating families, and they were separating families to get around this Flores Agreement. So they were putting kids in one detention center and putting parents in another. And the reason they were doing that is that if you are in a family detention center under this Flores Agreement and you have applied for asylum, the maximum you're allowed to stay in a jail is 20 days. And then you have to be released awaiting your asylum case. And the reason it is because about 10, 15 years ago, many lawyers and many groups that represent refugees sued the government and said, that is barbaric, that you are taking a child and jailing them. It's not the child's fault. That child is here.
Absolutely.
That child was taken by a parent. That child did not have a choice whether to come or not. And now you're jailing this child for a year or 2 years awaiting this parent's asylum claim. And that is cruel to a child who never did anything wrong, to throw a child in jail for 1 or 2 years. And they showed a lot of psychiatric studies that showed the long-term damage of children who literally are being punished for doing nothing.
Absolutely. Sitting
in a jail. Well,
That's
Donald
crazy.
Trump, he says, and there's a point. There is a point here that he has. He's still a cruel, disgusting man.
Absolutely.
Okay, but there's a point. He says, I want to stop people from coming into the United States and then taking a child, and then we put them in jail for 20 days, and then they get put out into the population, and then they wait years and years for their asylum case, and then they get situated like a tree with roots in America, and it becomes harder and harder to deport them if that's what the government wants to do.
Right.
And he says, to a point, there are people out there who probably know this and know that if they take a child with them and apply for asylum, the family separations are no longer happening, or supposedly, or maybe they are still, but certainly not according to the newspapers. But to take a child and know I'm going to be released in 20 days, versus if I don't have a child with me, it's going to be 2 or 3 years that I could literally sit there. Now, Donald Trump has now eliminated this. That doesn't mean tomorrow that every person who comes with a child is going to be stuck in jail for years. The Flores Agreement was an agreement that was signed by a federal judge. So now after this rule goes into effect, Trump now has to make a motion back to the federal judge to explain to the federal judge why this agreement is no longer valid. And then it's up for the judge to decide whether or not to scrap it or keep it. Whether it's scrapped or kept, it's going to be appealed up the chain of appeals courts, maybe all the way up to the Supreme Court. So in the short term, nothing's going to change.
Right.
Perhaps in the long term, we will see. But I will say this. Yes, Trump has a point that people bring their kids, and maybe some of them wouldn't have brought their children, or maybe some of them are not even the children of these people who are coming.
Oh, wow.
They come with other children. It happens. Okay? To be naive about that and say, no, it doesn't happen.
Right.
It happens.
Of course.
Regardless.
Right.
That doesn't mean because somebody is stupid and takes a child that they shouldn't take or brings a child for some other nefarious reason so they can get out of jail for 20 days.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you should now go punish this child for 3 years and put this child in a jail.
Yeah.
Okay? That doesn't mean you have the right to do that.
Right.
Okay? So yes, it's what a lot of Obama wanted to stop this agreement.
Right.
Bush, but you can't because the downside is you put a child in jail for 3 years and that child's innocent.
Right.
Yeah.
That child is innocent.
And you have no way of knowing.
You don't know
how long the case is
so as long as they don't pose a threat, you let them out. And some people beat the system. But better to beat the system than jail a child for 3 years.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's what's happening there. Meanwhile, the Transactional Records Access Clearinghouse, they track immigration deportation cases.
Okay.
In 2019, they say that there are 945,711 pending deportation cases.
Nearly 1 million.
1 million people that are in deportation. What? There are less than 350 judges. That means that the average wait time from the time a person gets put in deportation to the time that you actually have a final hearing to determine whether or not you should be deported or not, the average wait time is now 713 days. That means that some people are, and I'm sorry, 713 days is almost 2 years.
Right.
People in detention.
In detention.
Okay? Some people, some cases that they tracked waited over 1,000 days. That's over 3 years in detention. Now, Donald Trump, he's spending billions and billions and billions of dollars to build a wall. He's putting 10,000 troops there to protect the wall.
Right.
But there's no money that's put into the immigration courts.
Right.
There's no money put into free legal services for people who are in detention.
Right.
There's no money for that.
Right.
Okay. You want to make a good system. Hire 5,000 immigration judges.
Right.
Okay. All right. Somebody comes to the border. They have their hearing in a week. They're here. They're not here. End of the story.
Right. But
And we'd save a lot of money.
But that would mean that he would actually care about these people, you know what I mean?
No, he doesn't care about these
that
people.
would mean that he wants a solution. That's not what he wants. He wants to put out
He wants
exactly
out.
what he's, yeah.
He wants them out.
He wants them out,
Right.
period.
So, I mean, and it obviously shows because he wants to keep children in jail.
Yeah, and given the
Right.
conditions that keep coming out about these detention centers,
Right.
I cannot fathom how you think that the correct move is to put more people for an indefinite amount of
That's
time
right.
in those things.
That's insane.
Meanwhile, after the triple mass shootings of last week, Donald Trump came out and he said he wanted to do universal background checks to check to see if people are crazy before they get a gun. And we said, okay, better than nothing, but that's not solving the problem. That's literally putting a Band-Aid on I don't know, a huge hole.
On a gaping wound.
On a gaping wound.
Right.
Right. Thank you very much.
I got you, Brad.
All right. That's putting a Band-Aid on some broken bones.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Right.
So, following one telephone call with the head of the NRA yesterday.
Right.
That lasted a few minutes.
Right.
We don't know how long. It wasn't hours and hours and hours. The head of the NRA says, this guy here. All right. He looks like he's already dead.
He reminds me of the Crypt Keeper.
Doesn't he look like he's dead?
Tales from the
I was going to
Crypt.
say he looks like he's dead
yes.
already.
Like-
Creep show.
Right.
Yeah.
He looks like he's dead, this guy.
100%.
Right, and then all of a sudden he just they prop him up and they like put in some adrenaline shot in him and
yeah.
it just starts going.
Do some makeup on that
Yeah,
face.
exactly.
Literally,
So
if you're
Look
jumping,
at that.
Wayne LaPierre is his name.
Yeah.
So any event, after this several minute or 10 or 15 minute call, Wayne LaPierre tells Donald Trump, I'm sorry, the NRA is not in favor of any background checks, including checking to see if somebody's crazy or not.
Right.
So Donald Trump has now, after all of these mass shootings, hundreds of people dead.
Right.
Okay. There's more guns in America than there are people.
Right.
Yeah.
Countries are saying, stay away.
Yep.
America's a dangerous place
That's
with all these guns.
insane to me.
Last night, in the safest big city in America, New York City, there were 5 homicides.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they're not going to do it.
No, of course not.
Even though both the Senate and House of Representatives wants to do it. So LePierre confirmed Tuesday evening that he spoke to Trump, tweeting, "I spoke to the president today. We discussed the best ways to prevent these type of tragedies. At real, Donald Trump is a strong 2A amendment president and supports our right to keep and bear arms. The best way to prevent these tragedies is not give somebody a tool to kill somebody.
Exactly.
It is a tool.
Take it away.
Take it away. That's all it is.
100%.
Now, the president's apparent backtracking on the background checks indicates that the NRA still wields a lot of power." Excuse me. I was not going to get through my show unless I did that.
No, you're good.
Yeah, now I'm good.
Now you're good?
Now I'm good.
Got that
Yes.
frog out the throat.
Yes, and it comes right to my next thing. Somebody really needs to do something about the water here. And we're not talking about the water here at the Brad Show Live, but in Newark, New Jersey, it's leading the United States of America with the highest lead levels of any area in the United States of
my
America.
God.
Newark, New Jersey has the highest level of lead in the drinking water,
Yikes.
which means that if you live in Newark, New Jersey, or you're going to immigration in Newark, New Jersey, don't drink out of the water fountain.
Right, absolutely.
Okay, bring your own bottle of water.
God, look at
Okay,
that.
that is,
Ugh.
can you imagine? That's what the lead does to a metal pipe, what it
Oh
does
my
to your
gosh.
body,
Your
Right.
body.
what it does to your
Sheesh.
tissue in your body.
And those little chips go
Yeah.
in your water.
Yeah.
So is this only in Newark though?
This is only, well, according to this, it's Newark, but I don't know. Maybe it's all in New Jersey. It's a lot. I mean, I don't want to put New Jersey down, but it's a
Right.
dumping ground.
Mm-hmm.
You know, New Jersey's a dumping ground. You know, it's where the mob dump their dead bodies. It's
Right.
where chemical companies dump chemicals.
Oh, man.
I mean, you ever drive from New York to Newark
yes.
Airport? I
Yeah.
mean, it's just one chemical.
Yeah.
That's true.
One
No, that
chemical
is
thing
true.
after the other. So, for years, Newark has the greatest number of lead-poisoned children in New Jersey. They say it comes from all different types of things, but researchers are now pinpointing the tap water in schools and homes. Newark officials have tried to blame the old infrastructure for the drinking water crisis in public statements on the city's official website since April 2018. But records show the city's own consultant informed officials in February 2018 that the water treatment performed by the city at one of Newark's 2 treatment plants is not effective.
Wow.
So this is a situation where even if it is dirty old pipes,
Right.
you as a city councilman have to fix that immediately.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't just say, well, it's dirty old pipes, there's nothing I can do about
No.
it. But it's not dirty old pipes. It may be dirty old pipes, but
God,
even the
that's
water that
horrible.
they're treating
Right.
is not, they're not even treating it properly.
Exactly.
And it's probably just to save a couple of dollars.
100%.
And remember, we had that in Flint, Michigan.
That's what I'm about to say. This sounds
This
just
sounds like
Flint.
Flint, Michigan.
And we had Dr. Mona
That's right,
Hanna-Attisha.
exactly,
Yeah.
Dr. Mona Hanna-Attisha.
Yeah.
And where does this always happen? Poor areas.
Poor areas.
All right,
Absolutely.
right? It doesn't happen on Fifth Avenue.
Oh,
Yeah.
please.
Okay, where Donald Trump lives.
Right.
All right, Barron Trump's not drinking lead-poisoned water.
Right.
Right, only the kids in Newark, New Jersey.
No, they make sure to only drink all their water out of plastic
Yes.
bottles. As much plastic as they can
Don't
get in
care
those
about
water
our
bottles.
world.
No.
Now, this is a bit of a riddle.
Okay.
Okay, Donald Trump, he has a Scottish golf resort.
Okay.
Okay, in England, he filed his tax returns in England for his Scottish and Scotland is the same thing, Jim. She's yelling about you. For the Scottish golf resort,
Yeah.
he filed a tax return in the United Kingdom showing that the Scottish golf resort from Scotland,
Right.
in Scotland, had a loss of $64.8 million.
Whoa.
So he took a huge loss in England.
Right.
Wow.
Okay. Now, a public financial disclosure filed with the United States Office of Government Ethics
Right.
claims those 2 resorts in the same exact year
Same year.
earned $23.8 million, a difference of over $90 million, a $65 million loss in the United Kingdom,
Right.
a $23 million profit in the United States of America for the same golf resort for the same year.
What?
So, somebody's lying somewhere.
Right.
This is shocking.
Somebody is lying somewhere.
No.
Okay? So, quite frankly, if one of those 2 attestations is not true, either the British tax return is not true,
Right.
or the attestation for the government public ethics office is not true.
Right.
Both in England, crime punishable by jail.
Uh-huh.
United States, crime punishable by jail. Will Donald Trump go to jail?
Hell no.
Now you want to know why? You want to know why he did it?
Why?
Because why wouldn't he just take a loss also in the United States?
Right,
Doesn't make any
and not
sense.
right.
Because he's running for president. And he says, I know how to make money.
I'm a billionaire.
I'm a billionaire. I know how to make money.
Right.
So he's not going. It's not good for politics to say my golf resort lost $60 million.
Right.
Because the presidential debate will turn around like, what kind of? You're not smart. You just lost $60 million.
Right.
Wow.
Jeez.
Now, if he lied on his, let's say he lied on his UK one, can he still be? If
I don't
we
know.
did
I don't
could
know.
he be prosecuted in the US?
No.
Just in the UK.
Just in the UK if he lied.
Right. If
or
he-
vice versa.
Or vice versa.
Right.
Got it.
Right. Because what does the United States care about?
Yeah, he
UK
told us
laws?
the truth.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
It's similar to people come to me all the time and say, I got deported from Canada.
Right.
Because I presented a false document in Canada. They deported me back to whatever country. England.
Right.
Okay. I'd like to now apply to the United States. Can I do that? Yeah, why not? You never lied to the United States.
Right.
You weren't jailed in Canada for a crime. The only thing you did was you got deported from Canada in a civil offense for a document fraud. But there was no crime in Canada. There was no crime in Canada, and you never lied to America.
Oh man, I wouldn't have thought that.
I just had that today.
That really?
Yes.
That's really interesting.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Greenland is people in Greenland are crying because Trump just canceled his trip there.
Yeah, what is going on with this?
All right, and he canceled it, and he decided instead of going to Greenland, he's going to Denmark.
What?
Why? And something I'm going to tell you something. There's something rotten in Denmark. It's very, very rotten. He's not going to Denmark. Stop talking in my ear, Joe. Let me just talk. So President Trump, she's just talking in my ear. Hey? Denmark is a very special country with incredible people. Denmark owns Greenland.
Right.
Denmark owns Greenland.
They do.
Okay, but he's not going to Greenland anymore. And he's not going to Denmark anymore either because he had a spat over Greenland.
Right.
Okay. And he was scheduled to visit Copenhagen on September 2nd and 3rd after being invited by Queen Margaret II.
Right.
But because Denmark will not sell Greenland to the United States of America,
Yeah.
Trump says he's taking his golf clubs and he's going somewhere else.
He's out of here.
Right. Now, why does the United States want Greenland? I have no idea. I think it's just to test stuff there, or maybe natural resources.
Right, there's uranium and
yeah,
coal
but
and stuff.
and I think Trump just wants to be remembered that
That's
I'm
what I'm saying.
I'm the guy who got Greenland.
That's what I think it is.
Okay. Now
Trump is, first of all, he's just he's so into himself. You know what I mean? It's never anything that's going to benefit his people. It's all just so he can be put into the history books, which he already has.
Yeah.
He's already in there.
Meanwhile, the Danish Prime Minister said Greenland is not for sale. Greenland is not Danish. Greenland belongs to Greenland. I strongly hope this is not meant seriously. And I think Trump really wants to buy it, but the United States tried to buy it after World War II. Truman tried to buy it after World War II as well.
I think that this is preposterous. I even saw a picture, I think that he tweeted, that is a picture of a Trump Tower in an Arctic Greenland. There we go. That says, I promise not to do this to Greenland. It's like he's trolling us, Brad.
Yeah, it is.
He is totally trolling us.
I don't know. Meanwhile, this is very scary. Brazil's Amazon rainforest. It's responsible for 20% of the oxygen that we breathe on our planet Earth. Okay, 20% of the oxygen.
That's so much.
Think about it. 20% of the oxygen that we breathe on planet Earth comes from the Amazon rainforest in Brazil. This year, this summer, there has been more fires and more devastation to the Amazon rainforest than ever recorded in the history of mankind.
Oh my God.
The Amazon, it's referred as the planet's lungs. However, there have been 72,843 fires in the Amazon rainforest this year. Environmental activists and organizations warn that if the Amazon reaches a point of no return, the rainforest will become a dry savanna.
Oh my God.
Now, images from Sao Paulo, which is the biggest city, it's in Brazil.
Right.
Maybe Rio is the biggest. I'm not sure. Either Rio or Sao Paulo.
Yeah.
But huge city.
Huge.
1,700 miles away.
Right.
Okay, 1,700 miles away. That's
not even far.
1,700 miles.
For
That's
how
2,000
big
miles.
those fires
That's like
are?
I would say that's like New York to Michigan is 1,700 miles, or maybe even New York to Chicago.
Way those
Okay,
fires are going.
right? Something like that,
something
right?
like that.
Why don't you
Yeah,
Google
yeah.
how far
Okay.
is it from New York to Chicago, Belgium, Kim? We'll just sit here and wait for you to do that, okay? Because
problem.
these forest fires are 1,700 miles away, okay? And you can see the fires
Right.
from Sao Paulo. It's like Chicago's on fire, and you can see them from New York.
that's
Chicago's
crazy.
just 800 miles away.
Oh wow.
Okay, so I wasn't even close.
So-
what is It's like Colorado to New York?
I feel
Or
like
California to New York?
California is not
No,
that.
that's like 3,000.
I don't know.
California is like 3,000.
Is it?
something.
Hold on.
Now the European Union
Damn,
satellite
that's crazy.
program.
Yeah, that's where they see the
Yeah.
smoke.
Can you imagine? It's like seeing it from
That's like
across the United
from like
States of America.
St. like in Midwest.
I'm just trying to get everybody an
That's-
idea how
yeah.
bad these fires
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
That's bad.
It's
Yeah.
1,700 miles from New York to Colorado
I
Springs.
said to Colorado Springs,
Wow.
Colorado. Okay, so Colorado Springs is on fire, and you look up over the Hudson River. You say, "Where's that fire coming from? Colorado?" I mean,
is
that's
crazy.
That's crazy, right?
It's dark enough to make it look like nighttime.
Right.
Oh my
So now
goodness.
Plunged the city into darkness.
Now the
man.
European Union satellite program,
Oh, that's what it is.
Copernicus.
Yeah.
Copernicus released a map showing smoke from the fire spreading all along Brazil to the East Atlantic coast, even spilling over to Peru, Bolivia, and Paraguay. Environmental groups have been campaigning to save the Amazon, blaming Brazil's far-right president, Jair Bolsonaro, for the endangerment of the vital rainforest. Bolsonaro has made campaign promises to restore the economy by exploring Amazon's economic potential. Basically, many of these fires, if not
Right.
all, is from people who are clearing the forest
Yeah.
to either mine or plant or do something in that forest.
Exactly.
So these fires are people destroying the rainforest for their own profit. They are going to make us not be able to breathe.
Yeah.
Okay? Do you know what it's like not being able to breathe? Have you ever not breathed before?
That's scary. That's
Okay.
like one of the scariest things to me.
You know, like it's like when you owe like a lot of money to people.
Right.
And you have no money in your pocket.
Yeah.
And it's like you're feeling choked to breathe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Worse.
Yeah.
It's gonna be worse. It's gonna be worse. You know, you're like, oh my God, I can't breathe. I owe all this money and blah blah.
Right,
blah.
right,
It's gonna be
right.
worse.
That is
It's
scary.
gonna be worse. Now, just weeks ago, the director of INPE. Well, who is INPE? I don't know who they are, but he was fired after he defended satellite data that showed deforestation was 80% higher in June than a year earlier. Oh, so this is from the environmental protection
satellite
company
research,
that represents Brazil, and
Yeah.
the president fired him. Activists believe Bolsonaro's pro-business stance may have emboldened loggers, farmers, and miners to seize control of a growing area. That's exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
All right, Belgium Kim and Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias.
Uh-oh.
Are you ready?
Well, are
I'm
we letting them
already.
out?
I'm already getting wet on the forehead
Whoa.
here.
Oh, okay.
Wet on the forehead. On the big head, Jonathan, not the small head. I'm getting wet on the big head.
About to say we haven't started yet.
I'm
Shaking
getting
the
wet.
tables.
Where are the camels? Where are the camels?
Let 'em-
Let those camels out.
And you have
There you
saddles so I
go.
can run away on them.
All right.
Let's do this.
All right, so Jonathan, I don't know what's in there. Belgium Kim does, but let's see what's going on here.
Oh, Lord.
All right. And, oh, by the way,
Yeah.
I didn't take the picture because my kids were screaming at me. Okay,
Okay.
but when I was in Amsterdam, remember we did the Hump Day thing where they had the you can
The
pee-
theater?
Oh, where you could pee
on the street.
Yeah.
They had them all over Amsterdam,
And I thought it was in Paris. They
and
had
now
it
in
in-
Amsterdam.
Yeah, it was in
all
Paris
over
at
I'm
first.
Amsterdam.
literally going to be in Amsterdam in like 5 days.
It was so disgusting, and then they had one for women, Belgium Kim.
Okay, well, fun
Yes,
fact.
they had one for women too.
I'm legitimately on Sunday going to be in Amsterdam.
Yes.
I will send back
right.
pictures,
Can you do it?
family.
Can you pee in it?
No, you're not going to
no,
pee. It
those
was
are
so
not
gross.
the pictures I'm sending back.
It was so gross.
No.
All right, so
Okay.
meanwhile, anti-sex toilets to spray users with water jets when they detect inappropriate sexual activity. Now, a Welsh seaside town aims to put people off from having sex in the new public toilets. People have been going into the public toilets instead of using the toilets, have been using it as their own personal sex den.
What?
Yes. Now, this anti-sex toilet will now spray occupants with water and sound an alarm when the toilet thinks sex is going on.
What?
Yes, violent movement sensors will automatically open the door and sound high-pitched alarms with water jets spraying everybody when they see people gyrating in the bathroom.
No.
Can you imagine?
This is
How?
What happened? What happened?
They even know?
What happens if you just felt the need to dance in there by
Right.
yourself? You know,
Right.
and you just like, you know what? I feel like twerking right now. Right after I went to the bathroom, you would get sprayed.
I would really want to know how could the toilet know though?
What if you rock back and forth?
Now I want you to know something. They're going to spend $200,000 per toilet for this feature.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it that serious?
Why do they need to spend $200,000 on the toilet that sprays you with water when you're having sex in the John? Or if you're a John having sex in the John.
In the John. With John.
The toilets are going to be fitted with a high-pressure floor and water washer, which can be operated either after every user or after a certain number of users per day. Each night, the toilets would close for 10 minutes while a unit undertakes a deep clean
Why
process.
does it matter? Just let them be.
Let the people have sex.
Right.
I mean, if you're that horny, and
Let
you
them
like,
do it.
if you're that horny and you need to go into a toilet to have sex, go do it.
Right.
Go do it. Be my guest.
And also, for the people that are not having sex in the toilet, which if you are, please be hygienic.
Yes.
But if you're not doing that, what about the moms who have to, or the parents who have to bring their kids in?
I'm gonna tell you something. Would you rather walk into a toilet and go, oh my God, I'm gonna throw up?
Yeah.
The smell and stench in here, I don't know what that person just ate,
Right.
but the smell and stench in here, I can't take it anymore. My eyes are tearing and I gotta run out.
Right.
Or would you walk in and say, I smell the scent of sex. It's not so bad. What would you rather be smelling? What would you rather be smelling when you go in there? I mean, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Like, I think I'd rather be smelling sex than the smell of
Sex don't smell as bad as caca.
Someone else's musty sex
Yes.
can be pretty darn smelly.
Yes.
Is all I'm saying.
He said it wasn't that bad,
in
though.
an enclosed area.
He said it ain't that bad.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. All right, so I don't even know, what does this word mean, throuple?
Throuple.
Throuple. What does
Like
throuple mean?
Like a couple, but three.
3 people in a couple.
Oh, I never heard that before.
Throuple.
I never heard that. I'm like, a California throuple.
A California throuple.
Who said they are set to marry after being together for 6 years. How is this even legal? Jimmy Silva, a 35-year-old marketing director from California, met 31-year-old Chacha Shagin while they were in high school, and they were together for 9 years.
Okay.
The high school sweethearts were experimenting with the idea of an open relationship.
Okay.
When they met 25-year-old Summer Pelletier, who was then 18 at the time, at a business event.
Okay.
This sounds like a movie with Kevin Bacon and Charlize Theron. I have no idea. I just made that up.
Oh,
but I'm just
okay.
saying, like, it sounds
I
like they
was
would be.
gonna say-
Sounds like they would be in this movie.
And they would be hot in
Yes.
that movie. That would be a hot movie.
Now, Jimmy and Chacha both ended up falling for Summer, who returned the feelings for both of them.
Aww.
So in 2012, they decided to become a throuple.
Okay.
And now they're getting married after Jimmy proposed on his 10-year anniversary with Chacha. Both rings are made from the same diamond stone. This is not possibly legal. Okay. All of their families, though traditional, are open-minded toward this relationship and have accepted it for what it is. Summer's parents have even said they wish to try polyamory themselves. Polyamory.
Yeah.
All right. So this is my issue with all of this.
Okay.
Okay. Besides the fact,
Yeah.
you can't do it because you can't be married to two people at the same time.
They're
it's
gonna
like-
get
so
married
it's
in
not-
Amsterdam.
Right. Okay. So it's not.
Are they?
Yeah.
It's not
Oh.
illegal. It's not a legal marriage.
No.
Okay.
Well, would that be a legal marriage if they get married in Amsterdam?
They wouldn't be recognized in the United States of America. Okay. Now, I would not be able to handle this.
2 women?
I can handle 2 women.
Okay.
What I can't handle is like, baby, I'm coming home, I'm very stressed out. Sorry, it's just us 2 tonight.
That's true.
And I'm like, wait, what about me? Nope, sorry.
You're afraid you'd end up third wheeling.
I would be third wheeling the relationship, exactly. I'd be like, hey, what about a little love for Uncle Brad over here, right? Nothing. I don't know if I can do it.
I don't feel like you're looking at these pictures.
Let me see the pictures.
This guy is definitely in the middle.
Let me see
of
this
every
guy's
single.
picture.
Yeah, look at this. Is that not really?
He's definitely
You
the
think-
glue to this
Is he
relationship.
such a like a stud muffin? This guy?
No, you don't have to be.
You don't have to be a stud. So why? What's what?
It's a vibe. It's a
It's a
connection.
vibe. It's a connection.
It's the connection they have.
This
Sometimes you go off of
guy
energy.
is like I guess a Mr. Stud Muffin there, right?
And I was reading about it. It was really cute. They were like, we have more incomes, we have more hands
It's
to
true.
help. It's hard to balance all the personalities. Like they really,
If they have a family, if they start a family, now they have like 2 moms that can take care of the kids as well.
All that extra income is going to be needed to buy this guy Viagra because he's going to be a very busy guy.
Yeah, very possible.
All right, so why emoji, Yonathan? Here's the question on the card. I don't have the answer yet.
Okay.
Why emoji? What emoji? Why emoji use could lead to more sex?
There it
Hmm.
is.
Why I emoji a lot.
You do emoji
I
a lot.
I'm emoji in everything.
That's true.
Okay? And when I'm not emojiing, I'm jiffing.
Right, yes,
Okay?
yes.
But I emoji a lot. Now, emoji use is a complex art.
Yeah.
But scientists are now saying it could be the difference between a hot date and staying at home.
Ooh.
I got to read more into this.
Okay. We've got Brad's
absolutely.
This is getting
I
my.
understand
I am at full attention here. And I
Okay.
mean in my head here.
Okay.
I just want you to know.
understand
All right, researchers at the Kinsey Institute surveyed over 5,000 participants, and the results were clear. People who use emojis in online communication went on more first dates and had more sex. With social media and apps like Tinder, written communication has taken on far greater importance when it comes to finding a potential partner. The study found that increased emoji use correlated positively along most steps in a relationship journey. You wonder why? Because it's cute, it's flirty.
Exactly.
That's exactly why it's cute.
And
it's
not
cute.
only that, but it also opens conversation. It opens
That's
the
right.
gate, because there was a time where there was a little flirting going on, you know, with me and someone while we were texting, and I didn't know if they would actually send anything or if we were on that level.
Were you getting?
So all I did
wait a second.
was listen.
You were getting some nude pics?
So can I finish?
Oh, I want to hear this.
So I forget what was sent before, but I was like, oh. She was like, "Oh, you're turning me on." I was like, "Wow, okay." Then she was like, "Yeah, I'm just getting out the shower." So then all I did, this is before she said you're turning me on. But
Yeah, at some point, get us the story out. Yeah.
All I did was send the little eye emoji.
Right.
Yeah, the big eyes.
Not even the big eyes, the
Oh.
little side eye, the 2 eyeballs. And then she's like, "Oh, do you want to see something?" And said something. So I didn't even have to say it. All I did was one emoji.
Well, you want to know why? Because
And I didn't know if it was going to be okay.
I'm going to tell you why. Because when you text somebody, you don't know the tone in which
Absolutely.
they are saying things. So a lot of times you say something and you're laughing to yourself, but if you don't do the laugh emoji after, somebody could be like, "That's insulting."
100%.
Exactly.
But if you give the laugh emoji after, they know you're kidding.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay? So you need the emojis to put tone and I guess your energy level and your emotion into what you're writing, because when you write something, it could be taken out of context in 10 different ways.
Even stuff that isn't out of context. Like for me, when my boyfriend sends me "I love you," or my boyfriend sends me "I love you" with the little winky kissing one.
Is this the boyfriend that we've never met?
That's correct.
I'm just double checking. We're talking about the boyfriend. We're talking about the boyfriend we never met and we don't know his name.
It is 100% that exact one. If I get that emoji, "I love you" with that emoji is a way cuter "I love you" than just "I love you."
But also, at some point, it becomes overused, and at some point, it becomes meaningless.
Yes.
The kissies, the hearts, and you're not really even telling people what's on your mind, what you're thinking, how you feel, and it's just very on the surface.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. So at some point,
That's fair.
the emojis are good for the flirtatious part
Absolutely.
of the relationship, and it's also good to show tone.
Right.
But at some point, you just can't say "good morning, love you," and then never speak to the emoji, and then never speak to the person for the rest of the day.
That's
because
right.
then that would be pretty shallow,
Yes.
and you're not really getting into a deep.
It's
deep
too
relationship.
superficial then.
Exactly.
I agree.
That is a good word. Superficial. I couldn't come up with the word.
Thank you. I got you, Brad.
I agree.
All right.
It also depends depends on what emoji it is, because if you just send somebody like a bunch of eggplant emojis, if Jan had sent the eggplant emoji in that one, it wouldn't have worked.
It wouldn't have worked because I'm taking, the control of that. I'm giving her that, opportunity to be the controller and. Just throw them eyes, and she's like, "Oh, so you want to see something?"
Well, how to emoji?
Well, gift your man.
Meanwhile, tell me if you think this is an accident or not, Yonathan Elias.
It is.
You think it is an accident?
If it's a man, it's an accident. Men don't cheat.
If it's a woman,
I'm just playing.
If it's a woman,
it's not an accident.
You're saying it is an accident or not?
I'm just playing.
I'm asking you right now. Do you think what I'm going to tell you is an accident or not?
I think it's an accident.
Okay. This woman claims it's an accident.
Okay.
All right. All right. But let's see what she claims is an accident.
Right.
A 50-year-old woman in Thailand recently went to the hospital complaining of general pain because she had a cucumber stuck up her patootie.
Oh.
Her vagina.
Okay.
Oh,
she told hospital staff that she fell on the cucumber. She fell on it, and it somehow got lodged all the way up her. The hospital staff did not believe the story, but helped rescue the cucumber, relieve the woman of the unplanned discomfort, and she left with a nice salad.
Definitely. A tossed salad.
She left with a nice tossed salad.
I feel like if she had had a tossed salad, there wouldn't have been the cucumber mistake in the first place.
That definitely isn't an accident.
No. How do you feel now?
Yeah, definitely not. But I said, if it was a woman, it's not an accident.
Now, we got two more stories here in Hump Day. We might as well get through them quickly.
Might as well.
All right. In Woodbury, New Jersey last week, a 29-year-old woman set fire to her man's house after he invited her over for a late-night booty call, but then he drank too much and fell asleep by the time she showed up. She was so angry that this drunk guy fell asleep. She says, this house is going up in flames.
She looks mad.
Yes, Taja Russell was sent an angry text to her hookup saying, you wasted my money to come out here.
Listen.
Now you will die.
Listen.
Yes.
God.
I'm going to tell you something. No sex is worth that, right?
Right.
No sex is worth
Although
that.
I'm going to tell you something. If he stayed awake, that would have been some good angry sex. That could have been some good angry sex.
We don't know how far she came. She might have had to get, people to watch her kids. She might have been so horny.
It was like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Now, when he woke up from his sleep and he saw his house was on fire, he only had his T-shirt on. He had no pants on.
Oh my God.
He had to run out of the house naked from the waist down and had to run 2/10 of a mile to the police station to tell him his house is on fire.
Oh,
wow.
My God.
He ain't got no neighbors to call?
Cops took the man to the hospital where he got treated for smoke inhalation, and they gave him some underwear.
Good. Thank God.
Yes.
Thank God.
Wow.
And maybe his phone to text her back at some point.
Well, you know what? We also don't know how many times he stood her up.
Now, here's the kicker for everything. This wasn't his boo.
Oh.
Yeah, this was the side chick.
See.
This was the side chick.
And she probably knew that.
Right? She knew she was the side chick, and because she knew she was the side chick, and he fell asleep. She got really.
She probably
really
thought
angry.
that he screwed her over again for his real girl.
Yeah.
If you were a side chick and you know you're a side chick, that's expected behavior, girl. Don't burn his house down.
You're right, though. Sidekicks don't know their place these days.
Meanwhile, Pamela Anderson from Baywatch fame.
Yeah.
She still has her bathing suit in her closet, she claims, in a recent interview.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, the 52-year-old actress who played lifeguard C.J. Parker. Okay? The best part of Baywatch, by the way, was the opening sequence. When everyone's just running down the beach. The slow motion running. Right. After that, the show is all downhill.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But the slow motion running, everybody stayed to watch the.
That was the best part.
It was the best part.
I have never in my life seen one scene of Baywatch, but I have seen that slow-mo running shot so many times.
Now, she revealed that she still fits into the one piece.
Oh.
At 51 years old.
Damn.
And she sometimes brings it out and puts it on for house guests.
What?
She says, I jump in the shower with a
dope.
bathing suit, and then I jump on them wherever they are in the house, just literally soaking wet.
Oh my God.
Yeah, can you imagine going over to Pamela Anderson's house and she's soaking wet and jumps on you with her wet Baywatch bathing suit?
What would be your reaction?
Jilly just whispered in my ear that she wished that David Hasselhoff would do the same thing for her.
Of course she does.
I'm sure he still fits in his, too.
Yeah, I'm sure he still wears it around, too. I'm certain he still wears it around.
Does he?
Now, Anderson's Baywatch co-star Carmen Electra
Yeah.
who was famously married to Dennis Rodman for 24 hours.
Yep, and Dave Navarro.
Takes a different. Who else?
Dave Navarro.
Right, the magician.
Rocker.
Right. Takes a different approach, saying that her suit is framed and just hangs on the wall.
That's pretty cool.
See, that's what I would do.
All right, Belgium Kim, Yonathan Elias, a very good hump day. Why don't you tell everybody what to do? We got to start answering immigration questions.
Okay, family, the very first thing we need you to do is make sure that you are an official member of the official, super duper official Brad Squad. Join the Brad Show Live Brad Squad on Facebook right here, right now. We're going to drop the link in the comments. Make sure to go to it, click join group, and Yo-Yo and I are there ready to accept the first 5 immigration questions asked in every single show, asked in every single day, will be asked first during the show. Also, make sure, fam, if you haven't done so, like the page. Give us that cute little like, and then make sure that you are following and that you've hit that little bell, because that's the only way you get the notification when we actually go live. Also, it's the easiest, nicest, most wonderful thing you can do for us. It's to share the show, family. Share it. We just gave you all the hump day news you could handle. So make sure
I can't handle it anymore.
I can no longer
I'm in
handle
deep
it.
sweat from this.
Woo! Yes. I'm hiding all the cucumbers in my house because apparently those are very dangerous. So let's make sure that you're sharing the show and getting all of this really important information out, you guys. Brad's about to answer your immigration questions for real, you guys. So make sure that you are sharing the show and letting people know exactly where they can watch and get their immigration questions asked and answered. Also, make sure that you're telling us all your thoughts and feelings in those comments, family. The more detail that your questions come in, the better, because it makes me and Yo-Yo's jobs a whole lot easier. And Yo-Yo on YouTube, what do we have to do?
On YouTube, first thing you're gonna do is subscribe. Click on that red rectangular button that says subscribe, and make sure you also click on the bell, because you never know when we're gonna have a pop-up. Actually, we're gonna have one on Friday. But you don't know what time, so make sure you guys click on that bell for the notifications. Also do that on Facebook too, because we will be doing pop-ups on Facebook and on YouTube. Of course, we definitely need you guys to share. All you have to do is click that little link that says copy link. Send it. It also has a little arrow that says share, where you can actually share it to any social media. Or actually, what we really like for you to do is share it in a text message group. So make a whole text message blast of friends and family that you think might benefit from this show. Of course, also, we definitely want you guys to please put all your social media questions in the comment section. YouTube, I need you guys to comment a little bit more. I need more from you guys. So don't only give us your questions, but also talk to us. Let us know what you feel about the stories, about what we're talking about. We gave you a whole bunch of very raunchy news for Hump Day, and we want to know what you guys feel, because Facebook definitely lets us know what they feel.
I'll tell you what Tamika Nelson feels. She said side chicks are taking over the world.
They are.
Are side chicks taking over the world?
They are.
Really?
Look at all the famous side chicks. Black China, Amber Rose, like so many side chicks out there. They're taking over.
They all take over.
They take over.
Is there a side man?
Of course.
Side men are taking over, or not really?
Who's a side man that
Who's the side man that took over?
I have to think about that.
There's no side man.
All of the, like, I mean, I feel like Nicki Minaj's boyfriend was a side man when she was with Meek. Now he's
Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt was a side man.
All the Kardashian men.
All the Kardashian
men were
Chris
side men?
Humphries.
Yes.
You only know Lamar Odom. You only know their names because they were Kardashian husbands.
Right.
Those are the side men.
They were the side men.
Those are side
No, not, but they didn't have other men before them. The side man would be you're in a relationship with somebody, but then
you're talking about like
you have that guy you just.
I mean, it's obviously it's obviously a side chick world, though. It's not really a side man world.
Right.
Yeah. But okay, for sure, we definitely like I said, definitely share YouTube and also comment, and please right now click the thumbs up, because we want to know how much you guys love this show. All right, now this is what you guys have all been waiting for. This is when you guys call in and ask your questions with getting answers to your immigration questions.
All right. By the way, Jessica Levy says she ain't no chick, she's a woman, and I agree.
I
like that a lot. All right, let's go to Trevone in New York. Trevone.
Yes, hello.
Hi,
Brad. I have two questions for you. And my grandmother got married in 1993.
Right.
And her husband filed a petition for her, but he passed 1997. The petition was approved in 1994. And we contacted USCIS, and they said the case was sent to the embassy in Jamaica. And when we contacted the embassy, they gave us the case number, and they said her case was expired, and all documents that was approved on her behalf is expired. So I would like to know, does she still have a case?
Now, are her children here?
No, she don't have any children here.
What about other brothers and sisters?
Yes, she have a brother and a niece. They're
Okay.
both American citizens.
All right, so either the brother can make a petition for a humanitarian waiver to step into the shoes of the deceased husband and show some humanitarian reasons why this woman needs to come to America and complete the case for the deceased husband. So yes, there's something you can do. You understand? No? Maybe?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so hold
yes.
on one second. Hold on one second. We can talk to you more off the air. I have to do that again.
There you go.
All right, let's go to Amari in Providence, Rhode Island. Amari, you waited 1 hour, Amari. This is your moment to shine, Amari.
Hello, Brad.
Amari, how are you?
How you doing, Brad?
How you doing?
I'm pretty good today.
All right, what's going on?
I got two questions for you.
Yes.
I've been here since '84.
Yes.
And my mother has filed a petition for my citizenship. And at the time when she filed, I believe I had a criminal conviction, and it was a it was a simple possession, and all of that has already been expunged, not vacated, but expunged, and it's been 10 years.
When was the criminal conviction?
Simple possession of coke.
When was it?
Not simple possession.
When?
This was in 2004.
Okay, expungement doesn't make it non-deportable. Simple possession of cocaine could still be deportable depending on what you are found guilty of. As an example, in New York State, believe it or not, simple possession of cocaine is not deportable, but I don't know what state you were found guilty on. We would have to look at the penal code. Before you do your citizenship, before you do anything, because even though the case was expunged doesn't make it, still makes it a crime for immigration to deport you. Please, let's take a look at everything first before you file anything. It's different than vacating, so hold on one second, all right? Let's go to Milan in Brooklyn. Milan.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
How are you? What can I do to help?
Okay, so my question is, I came from India in 2015 and I applied for asylum, and I overstayed my visa. It was a 6 month and I overstayed and I applied for asylum, and I didn't get the interview till today. And I got married in 2017 and to U.S. citizen, and I applied for I-485 and I-130.
But you never withdrew the asylum case, though.
Yeah.
You have to withdraw the asylum case.
Withdrew.
Please withdraw the asylum case.
Yeah.
Your marriage case is going to be denied.
Yeah, I didn't withdraw the asylum case. We went for the I-485.
Okay, and then what happened? You got denied because you had a pending asylum.
No, they didn't deny. The officer said she's waiting for the asylum file to review, and then she's gonna make the decision.
Okay.
So it's almost 1 year we didn't get the.
All right. So what's gonna happen is when she gets the asylum file, they're gonna deny you because you never withdrew the asylum case. So come see us.
We went to the asylum office to withdraw the asylum.
I just asked you if you did, and you said you never did it.
No, I just did it now this month. And
okay, fine, great.
And I got the response that I'm in removal proceedings.
Oh well, then that's why you never heard, because you're in removal proceedings. All right. So.
Because this, yeah.
All right. What you've done is everything backwards. Okay. You needed to withdraw the asylum before you filed the adjustment. You withdrew the asylum. They put you in removal, even though you have a pending adjustment, which they have every right to do. You now need a good lawyer. Hold on. All right. Let's go to Alex in Richmond, Virginia. Alex.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi, how you doing?
What's going on?
Okay, so I got a question. So my mom, she just come in last month, on the 20th of the last month, and I'm trying to. I mean, she's trying to file for her son, which is my brother. Now, did she can do it right now with any issue, or she need to wait a certain time?
All right, let me interpret what you're asking. You're a U.S. citizen. You filed for your mother. She just got to the United States. I'm interpreting everything you're saying because nobody understands what you're saying, but I do. Okay? So you're a U.S. citizen. You filed for your mother. Your mother came to the United States recently with a green card, but you were not able to include the brother on the application. So now you want to know, when can mom file for the brother? Today. Do it right now.
Yeah, I mean, my application, everything is ready right now. I got the I-130, I prepare it.
My answer to you is your mom has a green card, your brother was left behind, your mom files the I-130 today.
Oh, so that means she can file it, even if I just use the stamp, the visa stamp, right? It's fine.
Correct. She's still a lawful resident.
Okay, so, and one more question. So, my father is deceased on the 2009. So do I need to send her his certificate of decease, or it's fine? I don't need to send it with the paperwork.
It doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt, but it's not really necessary.
Okay. So, for her employment, she never worked. Even if I put employed in the application, that's fine? No problem?
Well, no, because she doesn't work. Don't lie. Someone else will give an affidavit.
Oh, yeah. Okay. She may work in the future.
Yeah, but tell the truth. She doesn't work. She doesn't work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, and I appreciate that.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go to Steve in the Bronx. Steve.
Yes, Brad. How are you doing?
How you doing?
Good day.
Good. What's going on?
Pretty good.
What's going on?
I got a pending removal of condition. Almost 3 years now. I went for an interview. They say if they need anything, they contact me. Down to today, I still haven't heard from them.
All right. Do you remember we got a call, was it yesterday or 2 days ago, Belgium Kim, or Yonathan Elias, when Steve is saying he's pending case I-751 for 3 years? And I always yell, mandamus, mandamus, mandamus.
Yeah.
Did we get a call, or was it a question?
It was a comment of the day.
Comment of the day.
Yeah.
That somebody listened to me.
Yep.
They were waiting for years. They filed the mandamus, and they got it in, 60 days?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Less than 45 days.
So it basically, Steve, if you're waiting more than a year and a half for an I-751 and there's no decision, we file a mandamus.
Brad.
What?
Brother, I'm going in by myself. My wife.
You still file a mandamus.
She's not in it with me now.
As long as you got divorced
Okay.
and it's a good marriage, we file a mandamus. Hold on one second. Let's go to Colette in Atlanta, Georgia. Colette.
Hi, how are you?
How are you, Colette? Very pretty name. I like Colette. Reminds me of Les
Thank you,
Miserables.
sir.
Yes.
All right, good evening to you and your host.
Thank
yes,
you.
I have a question here.
Yes.
My daughter is currently here with me in the U.S. His dad is currently filing the adjustment status for me, but she came here December of last year, 2018. He's currently a U.S. citizen. My question is, she's currently out of status since June.
How old is she?
Is he able to apply for the N600 for her, for the certificate of of citizen?
1 second. She came on a tourist visa.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And this is her natural father or her stepfather we're talking about?
No, that's her biological father.
Okay. Now, how old is this young lady?
15 years of age.
Okay. When did the biological father become a citizen?
That is 2012.
Okay. No, the biological father has to file an adjustment for her. She did not become an automatic U.S. citizen, but when she goes on her adjustment interview, she will become an automatic citizen provided that she's living in the house with the father. But you don't file the N600, you file an adjustment.
So I have to apply for the I-130 for her?
I-130, I-45, the whole kit and caboodle. But when she goes for her interview, she's going to skip right over green card. She's going to become a citizen.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
Let's go to Amar in New York. Amar.
Yes, hi.
How you doing?
Yeah, good. Yes, I came in this country over 15 years ago.
Right.
I'm married to a permanent resident. My wife, she's a green card holder. But I didn't come in this country by the right way. So when I applied for asylum maybe 15 years ago, they deny my case. You know. So we have 4 child. One of our child is sick. And when we apply to get adjustment for the 10 years, they approve my wife for green card. But for me, they tell me the way I came in this country was not legal, and they
Did you get put in removal?
On a hold.
Are you in removal?
Yes.
Okay. Did you get ordered deported?
Yes.
Okay, and
Yes.
but nobody's physically removed you. Why? Is it just because they forgot about you, or you have some sort of deferred enforced departure?
Something like that,
Something.
But I was like asking, I have a child who's sick, and I'm the one who take care of the child, and my wife going to be maybe citizen in a year and a half.
Okay, so Amar,
And
this
I
is
was
what this
asking
is. Yeah, you want to be able to get your green card, but you're living here right now with an order of deportation, perhaps, or withholding of removal, or whatever you got, or deferred enforced departure. I don't know what you have. Okay, your wife, whether she's a citizen or not, is there an I-130 approved for you by this wife?
No.
Okay. So we
I
need
did-
to do
we
we
did
need
not,
to
like,
we need we
apply
need
for me.
we need to do two things. One is we got to review your records, okay? Because it's like you are the quintessential, and I don't want to give you any sort of kanahara. Kanahara is a Jewish word for like a jinx. Okay. I don't want to give you any kanahara. God forbid you have cancer. Okay. You don't go to the doctor and say, "Doctor, I got cancer. Operate on me." Okay. You say, "Doctor, run some tests and figure out what's the best way to treat me." I got to get your records from the court, and I got to see everything that you did for 20 years before I tell you what we need to do. I know you need an operation, and that operation is going to be file an I-130, make a motion to reopen your deportation case, and reopen your case and adjust your status when your wife becomes a citizen. I know that's the operation. I just don't know where I'm supposed to cut the patient, where I'm supposed to go, so I need to get your records first. Okay?
But I was asking, do you think I have any chance to get a green card?
Okay, so let's go back to the cancer patient. Doctor, I have cancer. Am I going to live or die? How would he know unless he runs tests, right? Hold on one second.
Okay.
That's really what it comes down to. I don't mean to be flippant,
Right.
but I have no idea.
Yeah, you don't know.
Right. All right. But the answer is yes, you have some sort of chance. Everyone has a chance.
Right.
Okay.
I'm seeing the Jim Carrey Dumb and Dumber. So you're saying there's a chance? She's like, I mean, like 1 in a billion.
Yeah,
He's like,
right.
so you're
saying there's a chance.
Right.
So it's like when he asked her out on a date, right?
Right, exactly.
Right.
And he's like, well, let me know.
Right.
And she's like,
And he comes back, he's like, yeah.
He's like 1 in a million. She's like closer to 1 in a billion.
That's still a little bit of a chance.
That's right. Anne-Marie in New York. Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie.
Hello.
How are you, Anne-Marie?
Hi, good evening. How are you?
Good evening. What's going on?
Good, thank you. I have 3 short questions for you.
Yes.
As an international student, we were introduced to Medicaid insurance, public university, of course. So I'm wondering if, based on the latest immigration rule about Medicaid and public assistance, how would that affect an international student with the hope of changing status?
Now who's getting Medicaid? The person who's
the student.
Why is the student getting Medicaid?
International student, because it was introduced at the school, and international students were told that you can
Okay,
take
well,
up this.
all right.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're getting Medicaid. They're getting something else, but it's not Medicaid.
I'm sorry?
They're not getting Medicaid. Okay,
No. I'm saying the student is currently using Medicaid as an international student.
How? That's not. You can't use Medicaid as an international student. So maybe there's some other medical benefit or something, but it's not Medicaid. Okay. So I just know this for a fact. They're not going to give Medicaid to somebody on a student visa. Now, it could be some sort of state healthcare initiative or city healthcare initiative. Those are all sometimes government subsidized. Okay. But they're talking about federal Medicaid benefits. So I can almost assure you, can't be 100% sure. Maybe this is the one kid who got Medicaid and Medicaid screwed up, who's on a student visa. But I can almost assure you that some sort of city or state health insurance or something, funded, government funded, and that's fine. It's the federal government. Okay? That's the problem.
I'm learning the difference now.
Yes, all right.
And secondly, could a retired spouse file a green card for his or her spouse?
Yes.
They can do that?
Yes, you're just going to need an affidavit of support from a second person.
Okay, and third and finally,
yes,
can a church file a green card for a member who's not a minister but as a professional worker in the church?
Well, those are two different things. Are they a member or are they a professional worker in the church?
They
you
are a
can-
member plus a professional
Okay,
worker.
so let me tell you what a religious worker is. It's somebody who has a calling to God, who makes their entire career, profession, their life dedicated to working in a religious position within that church, and the position in which they got trained in the liturgy and of that particular denomination.
Right.
So in other words, if you're the person who works 9 to 5 Monday to Friday,
Right.
but is really a dedicated member on Saturday and Sunday at the church and spends all day on Saturday and Sunday at the church,
Mhm.
you're not a religious worker. You did not dedicate your life to the church.
Right.
Right.
Okay. And then you say, okay, well then I'm going to quit my job
Right.
and I'm going to work at the church all day long.
Yeah.
Monday to Friday, Saturday and Sunday.
All the days.
And the pastor says, okay, you can do the cooking in the back when
Right.
the people come for their meetings.
Right.
And you can hand out the pamphlets.
Okay.
And you can collect the books when we're done.
Okay.
It's not a religious worker.
Okay.
Because it has no religious function. Okay?
Okay.
So you
So it's
understand?
not like the person can be hired, let's say, as a social media manager,
No,
communication
that's
manager.
not a religious function. So a religious function would be I'm a missionary, but not only am I a missionary, but I got training to be this missionary.
Okay.
In the underpinnings of that particular religion.
So the short answer would be no.
Correct.
All right. Thank you so
You're
much.
very welcome.
Have a good one.
If this was speed round, the answer would have been no.
Right.
But since this is not speed round,
That's
I gave
why-
her much more
Right.
thorough.
That's why you need to call in.
Right. That's why you want to call in. But if
Right.
speed round, I did no. Next.
It would have been a yes, no.
Yes,
Yeah.
no. Right. All right. Let's. Ooh, we got Mush.
Mush?
Mush from West Palm Beach, Florida. Mush. Mush. Mush, pick up the phone, Mush. We'll just
Yeah,
sit
can
here
you hear
all
me?
day for Mush.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you now. Are you the Verizon
Okay,
commercial?
perfect. I'm trying to ask you about a question about my family. I applied for them, I-130, and I had a sister there in Bangladesh. I never applied for him because she's like 16, so I never applied for him. So did I do the right thing?
Wait. You applied for who?
My mom and dad, because I'm a citizen, U.S. citizen.
And you did not apply for your 16-year-old brother?
Sister, she's 16 years.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Right.
when your mom and dad come here, you did the right thing, because if you applied for your brother or sister, they would wait 15 years. When your mom and dad come here, they're going to turn around and file for them, and hopefully they'll get here in a year or two.
Okay. How long is the process right now? Because I just applied I-130 only.
It should take 12 to 18 months, but if your I-130 is pending over 12 months, give me a call.
Okay, sure. And one more thing, my brother isn't here in the U.S. He's a student visa. He will be graduating like after 6 months and doing jobs, and he'll be applying for jobs. So should I apply for him? Just keep it the file on process? Or just,
if he's going to be switching to an H-1B visa, it doesn't hurt.
Hurt?
Doesn't hurt. If he's going to go back to school for more student visa, it would hurt. So it depends what he's going to be doing.
Oh, so okay, if he's going to apply for master's, then it's going to hurt.
Correct, because to apply for the master's, you have to have a non-immigrant intent. And the fact that you filed for him would show that he has an immigrant intent, and they could use that to deny his student visa.
Thank you very much.
All right.
One more thing. So I-130 is the only application for the first process, right?
For your parents in another country, yes.
Okay. Then I heard that new Trump law says you have to have $62,000 in income.
Correct.
Is it like for me also, because I just applied I-130?
Yes, it will be for you, but it's very likely it'll be blocked by a judge. Who knows what it'll be in a year from now. So, don't worry about it.
It's like, because I have my mom and dad, two-person, and me and my wife, four-person here.
Don't worry about it. We'll worry about it in a year from now.
Thank you for your help, and I like your show. I always watch it.
Appreciate it.
You're the best.
Thank you very much. I always love being called the best. It makes my ego feel that much better. Okay? It's better than being saying you're the worst.
Right, exactly.
You're terrible. You're disgusting. Nobody wants to hear that. They want to hear the best.
Yeah, much better to hear
Much
the
better
best.
to hear the best.
So everybody throw out those compliments.
That's right.
Yeah, we like that.
Right, and not an ugly guy.
You're not.
No.
Throw out
Absolutely
the compliments,
No.
Throw out the compliments.
Why not?
Man, what are they waiting for?
You're a handsome man too, Yonathan. Give Yonathan a compliment.
That's
Belgian Kim, you're beautiful.
Thank you.
Give Belgium Kim a compliment too.
Shower me anytime you want.
And you want to know what? All our squad's beautiful too. When
This
we
is
do
very
when we
true.
do when we do Brad Scott Spotlight, aren't we like, oh my God?
Every single time.
Every single time, right?
That's true.
Yeah, we have the best looking squad out there. I'll put my squad against
Up
any
against
squad out
any
there.
squad out there.
Right, just in looks and personality.
Right.
Right? I'll take my squad all
I'm
day
pretty
long.
confident in that.
I'll take my squad all day long.
All day.
Right. All right. Let's go to Stacey Ann in Brooklyn, New York. Stacey Ann. Stacey Ann.
Hello.
Hi, Stacey Ann. What's up?
Hi. Happy Hump Day. Hi,
Thank
Yonathan and Kim.
Hey. What's going on?
My question is, I got married in 2017, and then I sent in my I-130 only, and then me and my husband got a dispute and everything, so I divorced, but I got remarried now, and I sent in my I-130 and 485, all of those papers in. Tomorrow would be 3 months, and I don't get a fingerprint. That is normal?
No, 3 months. You should have gotten something by now.
I should get a fingerprint by now,
I
right?
think so. Yeah, you got your receipt notices and everything.
Yeah, I got the 4 receipt notice.
All right, and it's been 90 days already.
Tomorrow will be 3 months since I
All right,
submitted.
why don't you wait a couple more days and see what happens, and then if not, then after Labor Day weekend, maybe have a consultation with us.
Okay.
All right, but it should be,
Thank
I would
you.
think. I would think. I don't want you to
Yeah.
spend money unnecessarily. So I would think that within the next couple of days you should get something in the mail. But if not, and Labor Day comes and goes, then give us a call.
Okay, so I'm gonna take your order. You think I will get it?
I think, but I'm only the Magic 8 Ball knows, and it's missing right now. So I
Okay.
can't. All right.
I'm gonna keep my word. Okay,
All right.
I think.
All right.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye bye. Thank you. All right. Let's go to Jeffrey in Boynton Beach, Florida. Jeffrey.
Hello?
Jeffrey, how are you?
Yeah, how are you, Brad?
What's going on?
Brad, I have a child that have a green card in Jamaica.
Uh-huh.
And I'd like to know how long does that child can stay out of...
Less than 6 months. If the child's going to stay out more than 6 months, you got to get that child a re-entry permit.
Okay, it has to be less than 6 months.
Correct. Bring them back every 6 months.
6 months or less. 6 months or less.
Correct.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Brad.
You're welcome.
Doing a great job.
Right, and then once the child's 18, they got to be physically here for at least 6 months out of every year. But right now, minor, you can get away with bringing them every 6 months.
All
If
right.
they're
And
going
what's the child? 18 months?
if they're going to stay out of the country for more than 6 months, then you should get them a re-entry permit.
Re-entry?
A re-entry permit. So if you say, for example, how old is this minor that we're talking about?
12.
Okay. So if you say you bring the 12-year-old minor back to America, and you say, you know what, I want this minor to go to junior high and high school in Jamaica, and it's and it's unnecessary to keep bringing them back every 6 months, and they miss school, and it's a problem, and airplanes and everything else. While they are physically here, you can do something called a re-entry permit. It's done on an I-131 application. And in that re-entry permit, you can ask the government to allow this 12-year-old to go to school for 3 years without having to physically come back to the United States.
Okay.
And keep the green card.
All
right? But you can come
all
see
right.
me if you need help with that, all right?
All right. Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. Hold on. All right. Now, finally, we got Winnie in the Bronx. Winnie. Winnie.
Yes?
Hi, Winnie.
Hi, how you going? You're going very low. I can't hear you.
Go very low. What about now?
Yeah, I don't know.
You hear me now? It's better?
I was just listening you from beginning.
Is this better?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to
Mr.
talk
Brad,
like this.
Finny.
What?
My son went for interview in Jamaica.
Yes.
The 22nd of July.
Uh-huh.
And he got his passport, his document back, said that they deny him because he was convicted. But he didn't convicted. He had a little problem 2006, but he didn't convicted.
What was the problem?
The judge did throw it out.
What was the problem? What was the problem?
Pardon me?
What was the problem?
I don't remember, but
How do you know the judge threw it out? Were you there?
Yeah, I was at the court.
And the judge says you're innocent?
So they throw it out and send him home because we went home the same day.
1 second.
But they-
One second.
Huh?
The judge said he's innocent?
Yes, sir. And they
Okay,
sent
so
him
then
home.
you get me a letter from the court. It's called a disposition, saying that all these charges were dismissed. They were thrown out. He was innocent, and I will be happy to represent you before the embassy and get your son here. My guess
I want
is.
to
My
use
guess
you.
is.
I wanna
my guess
use
is.
you.
Okay, my guess is he's probably found guilty of something and may need a waiver.
So let me ask you one
What?
question. I would have to let him deal with you.
Okay, so tell him to call me directly. So hold on one second. Tell him to call me directly. Hold on one second. All right. I don't know if it's me or her or a combination of the two.
But you seem like Secret Service when you talk
I
in your
know. I
jacket.
love doing that. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Call 1-800-529-5465.
Do that.
Yes. Security, please. Please escort Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias out of the building.
Hey.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, don't do that. X that. 86 that.
All right. Oh, I forgot. Damn.
Forget.
Damn, I forgot.
What'd you forget?
I was supposed to preface that to tell the viewers to listen to the question and give a concise answer.
That's true, you are.
And listen to the phone and not the feed.
Well, it's a good thing the viewers were on it today.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in another edition of Spar and Bernstein Attorney Close-Up, immigration attorney Abba Diabare tells us about his own family's immigration background. Let's check it out.
So my family and I immigrated here in 1992 after the Civil War in Somalia. My parents were in the government. My uncle was actually previously living here. He went to college here and got married and settled in the 80s, like when Somalia was still stable. After the war broke out and we fled, my uncle, which was my mom's brother, told my mom to move out to California because he'd already been living here and married an American, had 4 kids. So we moved out to California and then applied for asylum and then got asylum I think a year or so later, maybe 93. And then back then you had to wait like a few years, 5 years or so to get the green card. So we did that, got the green card, and then my mom naturalized when I was just under like 17, not 18 yet, like 17 and a half or so. So I was eligible under the N600 for me to naturalize as well. So I got my certificate and did my oath actually my freshman year of college. So it took a little while for the application to go through, and I remember it was like a little party my friends in college all threw for me after I naturalized. When Trump came back with the Muslim ban and said these 7 countries can't immigrate to America, Somalia, my home country, was one of them. So I like wrote and said, if this was 25 years ago, I wouldn't be able to come. So the reason I'm here, the reason I'm a lawyer, the reason I'm able to do what I do is because we had compassionate immigration laws back then that allowed people to seek asylum, gave them a pathway to citizenship. So we often forget that when we say we're a nation of immigrants, like we were found on immigrants, it's not just like something of the past, it's something continual. Like most Americans know like a direct immigrant, a first generation immigrant, or at least second generation. Like that's how much we are in the fabric. You know, I'm from an immigrant community, so I know people who are doctors, lawyers, policemen, policewomen, business folks, accountants, you know, what have you, so entrepreneurs. So we're really part of the fabric. Without compassionate immigration laws, then I wouldn't be here. So I'm always grateful for it, and practicing that immigration law is kind of a way for me to come back full circle and give back. And hopefully we'll get back to sensible immigration reform to where we can appreciate America's fabric of immigrants.
All right, and I got to remind everybody that besides being live on Facebook every day and Yonathan and Kim yelling at you all day long to please share and follow and hit that bell and send it on a WhatsApp and on Facebook on a group.
Yeah.
We also have
Follow
Instagram.
That's right.
And you can follow me on @RealBradBernstein. I had about 10 people asked me questions yesterday.
Really? Did you answer them?
I answered them while I was lying in bed. I lie in bed at night and answer them.
Wow.
That's my thing now.
You see, you guys?
Yes.
That's a good follow.
Right. That's a good follow. That's a smart follow.
That's
Free
a real
legal
smart
advice,
follow.
right?
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I have to work really hard not to answer people's
Right.
legal questions,
Right.
even though sometimes I know the answer, but
So-
I'm like, I'm not telling you.
And also
I can't.
you get to see me travel around the world and whatever I'm doing. So not only is it a good follow, but I think I'm a fun person to watch.
Informational and fun.
Correct. You can also follow at Bradshaw Live. If you follow at Bradshaw Live, you'll be talking to No Name Sydney.
Right.
But you'll also see all the highlights of all of our shows all day long. Belgium Kim, and Yonathan Elias.
Follow me at Belgium Kim TV.
And you can follow me at Yonathan Elias TV.
All right, are you ready for something we like to call social media check-in? Let's check in Let's check in with all of our social media.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you start talking, like doing the questions like an announcer?
Let's check in.
Yeah.
So says.
Popping in with a question. Number one is Tamika Nelson. She wants to know. You do it like that? We should like.
Do you want to do it like that?
No.
I've got the start of a cold.
You know what? You know what? It was funny for me for about a second, and I'm like, yeah, it's not that funny. No. You ever get that? You're like, wow, this is gonna be really funny.
It's a funny idea, but not.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. It's like you ever get that idea, like it's in your head. You're like, oh, this is gonna be really funny, and then when you say it, they're like, oh, it's not that funny. Yeah, that's what happens. All right, let's just do it regular.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah,
what?
You win some, you lose some.
Exactly.
Our first question is from Soné, who said, I came into the U.S. with a DV-1 visa. When can I go ahead and file for my wife and 2 kids to join me?
The next day.
All right, our next one comes from Adeption saying, my mom's LP petitioned for me, and PD is May 29th, 2019. I'll turn 21 by November 3rd, 2019. Will I be protected by the CSPA? What if my petition wasn't approved before I turned 21? Will I still be protected under the CSPA? I'm presently in Nigeria.
It depends on how long the I-130 takes to get approved. So you will get you get to add the time the I-130 takes to get approved to your 21st birthday to still be under the Child Status Protection Act, as long as you pay the fee bills for the National Visa Center. So for example, let me give you the math because maybe you didn't understand. Let's say you're 19 years old.
Right.
And your birthday is January 1st.
Right.
Okay, and your mom files for you on your 19th birthday on January 1st. And it takes the government 3 years to approve the I-130. Okay, and when the I-130 gets approved, you're now 22.
Right.
Okay, but actually, it never works out that way. I'm just thinking now for people in another country.
Right.
Because you get to add those 3 years onto your... it does work out that way. So you get to add those 3 years on that it took the I-130 to get approved to your 21st birthday.
Okay.
So now you took 3 years to get the I-130 approved. You're now 22 years old. You get to add 3 years from 21. So now, as long as you pay your fee bills, by the time you are 25. 24.
Okay. 24. Okay, and how many months does it take to approve the F2A category?
Could take a long time.
Mohammed,
the longer it takes, the more likely you are to be in the child to qualify.
Right.
So it's actually to your benefit that it takes a long time.
Well, and she hasn't turned 21 yet. She doesn't turn 21 until November.
Right.
So, Mohammed says, I filed for the adjustment through marriage based in August of 2016, and I did my interview in June of 2017. Since then, I've been told that they're still conducting mandatory security and background checks on my case. What do you think has happened?
Your name is Muhammad. That's what happened.
Right.
Yeah.
And because your name is Muhammad, a visa delayed is a visa denied. They see the name Muhammad, forget it. You're waiting 3-4 years. Every Muhammad needs to file a mandamus.
Yep.
Literally.
Yeah.
I'm not making a joke about it. I'm serious.
I get it. Yeah.
That is the kind of discrimination going on within the government.
Yeah. Right. I'm assuming Muhammad is from a Muslim country.
I'm going to assume that as well.
So that's why I said that.
All right. Next one comes from Fabian Ernest saying, what's the difference between terminate and withdraw my asylum? Terminate and withdrawing my asylum.
Terminate means that the government said asylum case is done. Withdrawing means you're asking for them to stop the case. Sometimes you say, I want to withdraw and terminate, so I'm going to withdraw the case and I'm asking you to terminate it. It's just basically who's doing it. You're asking for withdrawal. The government is doing the terminating.
Right. Okay, gotcha.
You understand?
Yes.
Okay.
And the second part of the question, if I have to refile my I-485 or a motion to reopen because it's administratively closed, what is that?
You would make a motion to recalendar.
Our next question comes from Ben. Ben says, if a U.S. citizen filed the I-130 visa petition for their spouse, how long is that going to take to actually get approved?
Right now, 12-15 months.
Okay, and our next question is from Chad saying, I file a Adam Walsh waiver by myself, or do I need a lawyer, and how much does the waiver cost?
All right, you need a lawyer. Okay, the Adam Walsh waiver is for somebody who is a petitioner who was found guilty of a sex crime against a minor. A lot of times, the government throws the Adam Walsh label on you, and you don't need a waiver because the sex crime was against an adult. It's about children. Okay. Number two, you have to be able to prove that the person you're filing for, to an absolute certainty, is safe, which is impossible to prove.
Impossible.
You need a lawyer.
Tom said, I did my USCIS I-45 interview with my spouse in May of this year. The only thing the immigration officer said is that she's going to send the file over. But during the interview, all she keeps on saying is that she thinks our marriage is a fraud. We did the interview over 2 months ago, still no update on the case or anything. The case still sits at an interview was scheduled. Is there anything I can do at this point, or do I just need to wait to hear from them? I just need some help.
Just wait to hear from them. They're going to probably investigate your marriage, and they'll probably schedule you for a Stokes interview.
Okay, Omoa saying, I saw your post concerning the public charge. Now, my child is using Medicaid. Do you mean if I file in before October 15, this rule will not affect me?
It will affect you less. Okay, if your child is using Medicaid, they look at totality of circumstances right now. After October 15th, they're going to say your child uses Medicaid. We're going to presume that your relative who you're filing for will use Medicaid too. There's a difference.
I feel like and tell me if this is not a safe assumption, Brad. I feel like anyone who has an adjustment of status that they need to get in should be getting that in before October 15th,
Belgium,
regardless.
that is an extraordinarily safe presumption to make. You can announce that to everybody.
I would like to announce that to everybody,
please.
that if you have any kind of adjustment of status that you need to file it today. Not yesterday, not in a month from now, not 2 months from now, because the laws are changing October 15th. And if you do not have your application in by that time with an attorney who has reviewed it and done it all for you to take away all of the stress and anguish that you face, then you need to be calling Spar Bernstein today, family. Thank you. That's my PSA for the day.
Wow.
Next question.
You know what we should do? Belgium Kim PSAs of the day.
There you
I'm
go.
happy. Listen, Brad, I gotta tell you.
Production. Let's have a production meeting.
Let's have
a production meeting.
I will tell you, we have gotten more questions about public charge than I have seen any single
we
topic on
did
immigration.
a post on Facebook.
We
right?
did a whole post on
Yeah,
Facebook.
still.
We've gotten a lot of today's questions. You guys, there's a good, we don't want to scare anybody, but get your adjustment
Now,
applications
First Lady
in
says not
now.
everyone can do it. Maybe they don't have the filing fees. Maybe they're not married yet. Maybe they're still romancing. Eventually, October 15th is going to happen,
Right.
and we're going to have to deal with the new rules, or maybe the judge will put a injunction on those rules at that particular moment. But I think what Belgium Kim is saying is, if you have an opportunity to do it, do it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Thank you
Thanks,
very
Brad.
much. I am interpreting public service announcement.
There you go.
Perfect.
All right, let's continue.
Yes, it's about 4 a.m. Said.
It is?
Yeah, right. Says, what are the chances during or before my upcoming green card interview that the consulate official in my home country would review my tourist visa interview back from 14 years ago when I got denied for lack of strong ties to my home country?
Why are you reading this so slowly, Kim?
I have no idea. Can I read it faster, Brad?
Yes,
Would that
please
be
read it
okay?
again,
No
yes.
problem.
You're so slow. I'm like, please get the words out of your mouth.
I'm so slow.
Please,
please.
The answer is, I heard the question. The answer is that yes, they will review every time you've ever been denied in your life. It's gonna come up.
Now, I lied on the form for the visa by stating that I stayed in the U.S. for 2 weeks.
You have a misrepresentation issue. It always follows you for the rest of your life.
Wait, what? I stayed in the U.S. for 2 weeks when it was actually 11 years.
Lie. You got a big problem. Big problem.
Damn.
But they didn't seem to pick up on it, as they didn't deny me for misrepresentation, but just lack of strong ties.
Well, still got denied.
You
didn't deserve it either way.
I was going to say, this feels very shaky.
I mean, I don't understand. The man sends a question.
Yeah.
I've lied my ass off.
Yeah. I only got one of them.
I'm going to tell the whole world.
Right.
Brad, after I've lied my ass off, Can you help me continue my fraud and tell me what to do?
100%. That's actually accurate, Brad.
Yeah, I really can't continue a fraud with you.
Right.
Sorry. I have a license.
Right.
Yikes.
Yikes.
All right, YTL Dane saying, hey, if someone came here on a B1, B2 from Jamaica the 1st of December 2018, got married March 23rd, 2019. After the wedding, his wife really gets sick. He stayed with his wife and didn't leave. Can he adjust his status? But the wife is a U.S. citizen. She doesn't start back to work yet.
Absolutely. Go file now. The affidavit of support will be much easier now than October 15th, especially if she's not working.
Oh, nice. So come here.
Yes.
Johanna says, I came at age 1 with my parents illegally, and I've had DACA since 15. Now I'm 22 and married to a U.S. citizen. What is the process of actually adjusting my status? Is it difficult? And do I need a waiver given that I have DACA?
How does Joanna come to America? It's you're going to adjust your status if your husband is in the military or former military. You know, adjust your status if you came here on a legal visa. You know, adjust your status if you had something, your parent had something filed and you were alive, which you couldn't have been because you're 22. Well, maybe you could have been alive before 2001. So maybe you had something filed before 2001. You're 245I. Otherwise, you need or maybe you traveled on advance parole before they stopped that with DACA. All of those you can adjust your status. Otherwise, you're going to need to do a provisional waiver, go home and come back. Based on the fact, when you ever have to ask a question, and you butcher the question because you don't give me all the information I need, and then at the end, after you butcher the question because you didn't give me all the information I need, say, do I need a lawyer? I guarantee you need a lawyer because you don't even know what information to provide to me to give you the answer. And then you're questioning in yourself, do I need a lawyer?
Right.
So I can tell you, yes, you need a lawyer.
All right, Marco.
I think that was her question. Does she need a lawyer?
She need a waiver.
Excuse me then.
No, you're good.
I don't know if she needs a waiver. She didn't give me enough information.
We don't have information,
She
but
needs
that's
a
why you need a lawyer.
That's why you need a lawyer. Okay, how's that? Let me change
you
that.
You got it.
All right.
All right, Marco saying, I have one single question. All right. I have my I-94 lost, and I filed a family-based I-485 package without it. My wife, who is an American citizen, in June 2019, I have my departure record number and dates of authorized stay with the date of arrival of course, my I-94 saved when I previously filed the I-130 through my father, but copy and physical copy was just lost after that. So now my passport with the B1, B2 visa was also stamped at the airport of entry at JFK in 2013. Now I have a pending request from FOIA with attempt to try to retrieve it from them. Is there a chance or any other way that I can try retrieving the package, that I-130, what I previously filed?
It sounds like he has
through my
evidence
father?
that he made a legal entry. That's all you need to do.
Okay.
So he has it. And by the way, so he'll be fine. With what you have, file with what you have to adjust.
And he has a case number 2, the California
Just way too much
Processing
information, but he has enough. There's enough evidence that he made a legal entry into the United States. That's all that matters, and he presents that. By the way, Alexa DeReal, Slim As Services says, Brad, how's she going to go home when she came here at 1? This is her home. When I mean home, I mean her country of birth.
Right.
I didn't realize that. I didn't even hear that she came at 1.
Yeah.
So, yes, you're correct. She's as American as I am, because neither one of us remember what we were doing when we were 1 year old.
Yeah.
But if she did not come here on a visa and her husband is not in the military and she didn't travel on advance parole and she's not 245I, she has to do a provisional waiver and go home. Or she probably wouldn't have to do a provisional waiver because I think I remember she got a DACA when she was 15.
Yes,
so
she got
she's been
DACA
in
when
legal
she's
status for her entire period of time from 18 on. So she doesn't even need a provisional waiver, but she would have to go to her country of birth. And you know what? I appreciate that you corrected me because this is her home, but she would have to go to her country of birth.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that the U.S. does not make that distinction.
Correct.
Our next question comes from God Working For Me that says, my brother came to the U.S. on a visiting visa and got married to an American citizen who has not been on Medicaid and food stamps. She filed for him in October. She's filing for him in October. Will the new immigration law hold them down?
If it's filed before October 15th, no. If it's filed after October 15th, I don't know, maybe. Depends what your income is on your tax return. Remember, your tax return has to be over $62,000 a year.
All right, and our last one for right now is from Talis saying, hey Brad, I have a green card through my husband and planning to travel soon with my husband is in jail. Should I be worried about traveling?
You have a green card. Travel. Your husband's in jail has nothing to do with your green card. You're not your husband's keeper. They can't say we're going to deport you because your husband did something bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Meanwhile, we have a fashionista here, Belgium Kim.
Yeah.
And it ain't me.
No, it's not.
It's the handsome guy to the right of you.
I was going to say, it ain't me.
All right. He went to the Dean John Fashion Show in New York City at the Sky Room to check out the designer's latest collection and speak to the designer's models, who are all contestants in this year's Miss Immigrant USA pageant, which is taking place in New York City on October 25th at the Watson Hotel. Let's check it out.
Hey Brad Squad, this is Yonathan Elias covering the Dean John Fashion Show here at Skyroom in New York City. This New York-based designer is going to be showing some of his new creations, and who better to model these creations than this year's contestants from the Miss Immigrant USA pageant. Let's go check it out. All right, we have Mr. Dean John collection right here. This was an amazing fashion show.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Can you talk about your line that you just showed us?
It's full of color and cuts. I like to make flowing dresses and just be totally unique.
What inspires you?
I would say the fabric store.
Really?
It's like fabric everywhere, and I get a lot of ideas.
So how'd you come about working with Miss Immigrant USA?
Through Facebook, of course. It's a great organization and a pleasure working with her.
What's your immigration story?
Well, I'm actually the third generation, born in New York.
Is it your great-grandfather that came out here? Do you feel like because they came to the States that you're able to live your American dream now?
I think that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Put me in a place to do what you got to do.
So we are with some of the contestants from the Miss Immigrant USA pageant. Let everybody at the Brad Squad know what country you're representing.
I'm representing Bolivia.
Hi, I'm representing Bali, Indonesia.
I'm representing China.
I'm representing Germany and Nicaragua.
I'm representing Poland.
I'm also representing Poland.
How important is it that you're representing for your country?
I'm actually adopted, but I really want a chance to get back to my roots and kind of learn more about my culture and just be proud that I'm an immigrant.
I'm actually 100% native Balinese. I would love to introduce my culture to United States of America here because our culture is really unique and different.
How important is it that you're representing for the Polish?
I'm very connected to my culture. My parents immigrated here, and I was born here, but I'm Polish American. It's very much part of who I am.
This pageant is a great platform to be able to show people, to showcase Poland, its culture, and its lovely people.
What are you guys doing to prepare for the pageant? It's in October, correct?
I dance a lot, so to be in shape, and I also practice to walk.
I think just be myself, working hard, empowering women, all the immigrant women coming to this country from the very beginning, and to be very independent, empower women in this country. Very proud of us.
I'm just an incredible fan and supporter of the pageant. I really embrace diversity. America wouldn't be as amazing and have all the rich cultures that it does without everyone coming with all their histories. And so it's something to really to be celebrated.
How does it feel to be picked as a contestant? Like, how does that make you feel to represent to any of the lady immigrants out there in the world? Give them some advice.
Well, this is the first time I've done anything modeling or representing my country, but I think it's important to know that even if it's something you don't have an experience with, you can still take on the challenge and try something new, be confident.
This is my first time for Miss Immigrant USA. Just be who you are and confident yourself. Never underestimate yourself.
I have these two beautiful ladies. I'm sure you guys saw them in the amazing fashion show. Tell me just a little bit about Miss Immigrant USA.
Miss Immigrant USA was born out of need to include the girls who wants to be part of something, but unfortunately they were not fulfilling the requirements. So me and my partner, we thought why don't we create a pageant that we create the rules, and whoever wants, whoever has the ambitions, whoever has the goals can join. Doesn't matter if you are 5 feet or 6 feet, if you are 200 pounds or you are 50 pounds. The most important thing is the power to achieve something more. This is Miss Immigrant and Mrs. Immigrant, but as well we are open for men.
So since my parents are immigrants, does that make me a qualified person?
Yes.
I might have to join this little pageant here then.
There is very detailed information just to follow the online program, which is on our Instagram profile. It's very simple.
Instagram or website, missimmigrantUSA.com.
I want to talk about your scarves, beautiful scarves, and you are the co-founder of that?
Basically, it's a scarf and a bag at the same time, and the idea is to replace the plastic bags. As we know, the plastic is a big problem, and this is something that you carry on your neck. You go to work, you come back, you go shopping, you take it off, you put your bags, or you go for yoga, you put your shoes or whatever you want. We use the plastic bags for such a short time and they stay in the environment for so long. My American dream is to make Miss Immigrant a brand that is present in every country that has immigrants.
Like I said, this was right up my alley. Fashion, style, and immigrants that are hardworking in the United States. Who better to cover this than me? I hope that you guys enjoy it. Back to the studio.
All right, let's put 2 minutes, 45 seconds on the clock. 15 questions. Don't give me one question in 10 parts.
Okay.
All right, because if they come in parts, those walk down to the question.
Right.
Okay, right. Yes, that's fair.
Is that fair?
That's fair.
So we're doing 15 and 2:45?
15 and 2:45.
All right, I'm going to start it off. Ready? Go. Selena, if your husband is not yet a citizen, should he still go ahead and file for his spouse?
Yes.
Tammy said, can a co-sponsor help if they owe taxes?
Yes.
Mary says, my son got approved with a SB1 visa. Just wanted to ask the first thing he'd do to update his status or get his 10-year green card.
Get his 10-year green card.
Vincent said, I did my immigrant interview on the 19th of July. They took my passport and told me to prove my relationship. I haven't heard from the embassy. What should I do?
Call us and we have to call the embassy.
Ali Boo said, LA, there's restrictions about taking a baby to your interview if you don't have a choice.
I never heard that. You can take your baby to an interview.
Adam says, my I-751 was pending for 3 years after the interview and 10-year green card was mailed in 2018. I applied for the N-400 and revealed that I got divorced in 2017. USCIS was not aware. Now the N-400 is pending since February. Do you think something's gone wrong?
Yes, because you got your application to remove the conditions of your permanent residence as a married man when you were already divorced.
Kashia says, married to my U.S. citizen spouse, filing for my daughter. We both are here in the USA. Should I be filing an I-485 form as well, or should not do an N-700 where she gets her citizenship by her dad?
I-485.
If you have an AOS case and you're switching to VAWA because of the abuse from a U.S. abuser, will you have time for the 18 months or will it be shorter?
It's going to be 18 months, but we don't know what's going to happen with VAWA at the end of September.
Ali says, I came on an F1 visa. I'm married to a U.S. citizen. We're sending my AOS application. However, I won't be able to go to school this semester. Should I be worried?
No, as long as you're following your adjustment, you're good.
Vic said, do you have to renew your permanent resident card even though it does not have an expiration date? I got it in 1987.
Yes, it expired.
Deandra says, I have a temporary Medicaid due to me being pregnant. Would that new rule affect me?
Yes.
Chuka said, a friend was on Medicaid. They called medical in California, and he has 2 years conditional green card, which is due to remove the conditions in March of 2020. Is the new public charge going to affect him?
No.
Andres says, my case status online says new card being produced for my I-485. What does this mean?
You're approved. Congratulations.
Marion says, so I'm 28. My husband is 43. Is that going to be a problem when he files for me?
Not a problem, but there's a big age gap, and they're going to question the validity of the marriage and be prepared for a longer interview.
Kaylee says, my husband is a green card holder. He submitted N-400, did the biometric, and now waiting for his interview. My question is, submit my I-130 now. Does the affidavit of support rule affect me?
As long as you file the affidavit of support and the adjustment before October 15th, you're fine. Huh.
More? We can just... Oh.
Boy, that wasn't even tense.
I wasn't even stressed.
No.
I had no stress.
No.
Chilling.
I'm ready to call Guinness and whenever you're ready.
I mean...
I'm not talking the beer company. I'm talking the book.
I feel
I feel like I'm ready.
Kind of where we're at.
I think we're there.
Company.
I think we're there. We have not blown up the studio in a long time.
In a long
Remember
time.
when we first started doing this? We were
Lord.
always blowing up that studio.
Oh, we
right.
would
Remember
blow
the
up.
first time we did it? I was like under the table, right?
Yeah, you just like gave up. Was like,
Kim is answering the
hold on one
question, and
second.
I'm like, exactly.
I was legit freaking out. Like, what the hell is going on here? I was so worried. I thought you were having some sort of medical issue. I was very
I didn't want to get blown up.
Yeah.
Every man for
I didn't
themselves.
either.
Every man for themselves.
So really, it was a medical issue.
All right, let's do comments of the day. All right.
Our very first comment of the day comes from Loretta Brown, who said, "Hey, Brad Squad. This show is the greatest show on the internet and the best lawyer ever. I learned a lot from you, Brad. Thanks for sharing your very valuable information to us for free. I pray God will forever bless you and your team in double."
I hope that. I like prayers from God. Thank you very much. I need them all.
Yeah, okay, we all do.
Yes.
Okay. Our second comment of the day comes from Beverly Robinson saying, "King Brad, newsfeed is hilarious but true. See some of them on the news after the Brad Show Live. Brad is more current than the news stations."
Wow.
I like that.
I like that. That's right. They don't have the news station does not have the woman the breaking news with the woman with the cucumber up her vagina, right? They don't have that. We broke that story first.
You heard
right?
it here
You heard
first.
it here first, right?
Tell all your friends and family where you heard that story
That's
first.
Right. She said she just fell on the cucumber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. That actually leads us perfectly into our very next comment of the day from Alexia D. Real Slim Ass Service. Said, "Brad is so hilarious. I'm sure he was a comedian in his past life."
I thought of being a comedian for a little bit when I was like 20, 21 before I went to law school.
Wow.
Yeah, I did. That is true.
I see it.
Yeah.
There's a
but then I went to law school instead.
There's a really good Nick Cage type movie in which your life, we make a movie about what would have happened had you gone
to open
route.
mic night,
right?
Instead of taking a study for the LSAT,
Yeah.
right? I'm like, should I stay home and study for the LSAT?
Right.
Open mic night.
You could have been the Billy Crystal.
I could have been.
Yeah.
I could have been. Right. I could have been there with Meg Ryan.
Right.
At that table.
You could have.
Right. Having the orgasm.
Yeah.
But no. I had to answer immigration questions for the rest of my life.
That's right. You could have given Meg Ryan a fake orgasm, but you didn't.
No. Instead, my life is answering immigration questions.
Well, you bring entertainment both ways.
That's right.
All right, our next one is from Tali. Tali saying, "Wow. Oh, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You're inspiration and motivation," because they're saying, "Wow, Uncle Brad makes me want to be an immigration lawyer. He's very knowledgeable. This show is the best immigration show on the social media platform."
Wow.
Yeah.
I agree. By the way, I happen to agree, and I don't boast. There is no immigration show better than this show.
None.
It doesn't exist.
Is there anyone?
It doesn't even exist.
They
Right.
try,
I mean, maybe you can argue there's a better show, period, about something.
I would disagree.
And I don't know. Maybe
I don't think so.
I don't know. Maybe
Name a better
this
show.
may be the best show ever.
I was gonna say.
I would fight that.
But
I
as
would
far as immigration shows,
Oh, for sure.
you can't even make an argument about it.
No.
I agree, Tally.
And finally, from wonderful First Lady Hewitt, "Brad, you are the bestest, wonderfulest, magnificentest immigrationologist in the world."
Wow.
Woo!
All these compliments. I'm touched.
Right.
It's almost like we were asking for them all.
That's right.
That's weird.
Let's make Brad feel better today.
Keep them coming. We love them.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. We'll see you all tomorrow, a little after 5:30. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800 LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465. What are you doing?